we go, folks. Get ready. This is our game of the week, a matchup everybody's been waiting for. There's tremendous energy here in the building. This is not your normal matchup, a battle of top 5 teams, 2 forces colliding here near the end of the season. Cannot wait for this one. Big playoff implications. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, a group with a whole lot to prove here today. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. The kick mishandled. The ball is loose. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Running with purpose.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. But that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Oh, and it's dropped right off his hands. A chance for a big play, but a little early nerves on the part of that receiver.
Well, this defense has got to be aware that this quarterback and this offensive coordinator, they're not afraid to take shots. Here we see it early in this game, throwing the ball downfield. Defense has got to be aware. Keep those safeties back. Keep your eyes up. Trying to keep a lid on this offense and look for some turnover opportunities.
Third down play here out of the shotgun. Catch hauled in here over the middle. And that is a first down gain. Moves the ball to the 40.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
Some hard running there through a tackle. And he's brought down out at the 46.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
The game makes it second and medium. They'll run it to the left. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Ball handed off. Breaks loose at the 40. Big gain across midfield down near the 30-yard line.
Chris, if I'm not mistaken, this guy's already over 30 yards on the opening drive of this game. Another nice play right here. If this defense can't stop him, just keep feeding him the football.
And that run is good for first down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man.
Boy, this is a great way to start this game for this offense. Everything seems to be clicking. Quarterback's making great decisions. Here he makes a perfect throw to the receiver for a nice touchdown to get this game started right.
And it's 7-0 after the VAT. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Going to begin with a quick throw to the left. And he's tackled after the catch.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up to take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Third down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. Back to pass. It's Fuller. Pass caught. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance.
Oh, the pass is picked off. Look out, he's got some space. The 30, at the 20. And now they'll set up for the point after. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Returner choosing to field this one. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there.
And the offense will take over. First and 10.
Offense back out there trying to get something going. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Hit as he released it. Catch made on the left side. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is what separates the men from the boys right here. This quarterback knows he's going to get hit, does a good job of staying laser focused on his target, and as he throws that ball, he gets annihilated, but big positive yards because of that determination by the quarterback.
Short throw complete to the tight end. They bring him down after a short gain there. Getting set. Here's second down.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap, really the back.
The ball is picked off. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense near midfield.
And they'll take over. First and 10.
Here comes the first play of this drive. They're set up at their own 48. Here comes the handoff. The gain is 3 yards, so second and 7.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
QB decides to keep it here. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
Boy, this offense does such a great job of putting the threat of the quarterback and the running back on this defense. It puts the defense in a tough spot because it's really hard to take both away. This time, the quarterback gets out and shows you the speed he has as well.
Caught quickly. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
Well, a lot of times you match up a wide receiver, you get a linebacker on him. I like to think that the wide receiver can shake him. But this linebacker was really athletic and was able to make plays in space.
They look to throw it here on second down. Sideline catch made, but out of bounds short of the first down. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
Third down upcoming after that completion. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. But they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Offense comes out to start this drive. They'll change the pre-snap look now. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Lets it go quickly. And the pass is incomplete. He dropped the first down attempt here across the middle. Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. They'll run it here. And he'll pick up the first down, stopped at the 27.
Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
Scanning the field, it's Fuller. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. Wow, a third pick tonight by the QB. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Chris, that is back-to-back drives right now for this quarterback and this offense. Nothing seems to be going right. The defense is doing a good job of confusing the quarterback, who's obviously throwing the ball into coverage. They've got to make some adjustments with their attack because right now it's not working.
Running out of time in the pocket. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. The defense gets him, but it's a first down. Shows you how dangerous he can be scrambling.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first and keep this drive moving.
And it's incomplete even in a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure. Here's the second down play. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
But we knew coming into this game, this offense loved to play the RPO game. And here early, they pick up some big yards.
Crucial. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or they have to settle for 3? Quick throw caught on the left side. And now the try here for the extra point. PAT is good. They slammed into the kicker, and penalty markers are down. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there.
And the offense will take over. First and 10.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. They'll tackle him at the 17-yard line.
At the 17-yard line. Brings up second down.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. They'll run it to the right side. Defense makes the tackle here on the final play of the first quarter. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Back to pass. It's Fuller. Looks left and finds his target there. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down. Here comes the up-tempo offense.
What an impressive job here by this quarterback to work through his progressions, had the time to be able to read the defense properly, and then eventually finds the underneath route for a first down.
ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
He hands it off from the gun. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Running back has it on a screen now. They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that first down yardage.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
They'll run it from the gun. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Handoff here from the shotgun.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
Dropping back, it's Fuller. Receiver makes the grab and moves the ball to the 35, and another first down. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
It's a screen pass complete to the running back. But the play loses yardage. Very tough 2nd down coming up now.
Boy, the defense does such a good job of taking any threat downfield away. All he could do is throw it to his back.
And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, it makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
The extra point is good, but still trail by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. Now they get set to kick it away. And the return starts just inside the end zone. Tackle at the 14. Not very good field position to start here.
And the offense will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. And on the carry, he's heading left.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Rolling to his left, outside the pocket. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And I love how this defensive coordinator knows how to get after this quarterback. This guy is dangerous when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator understands that. That's why he's trying to hurry up the process. They get pressure on him here, actually hit him as he's throwing this football.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Extending the play now. Gets some space around the 30. He's in the clear. Now the 40. At the 30 now. Finally tackled down at the 19, and just like that, the offense has moved into the red zone.
It's one thing to design a play for a quarterback to run the football, to pick up big yards like this, but Chris, this guy drops back to throw. Everybody's got their back turned. He pulls it down, and no one's there to pick him up.
The offense really clicking against this battle defense. They're going to run it here. He shreds the tackle.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed. He also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. From the shotgun, drops back. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Well, that's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of the football game.
Now it's third and short from the 22. You expect this is four-down territory. Let's see what they do on third down. Running back grabs it on the screen. Defense makes the stop. The screen pass doesn't produce a first down, and now it's fourth down.
Now, there's just nothing here for the quarterback to do other than throw it to his back and hope that he can get the yards after the catch, enough for the first down. But the defense gives some yards, but not enough for him to get to the sticks.
After adding 3 more points to the lead, they're set to kick it off.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football out to the 25-yard line. So the first play of the drive here coming up, less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
It leads to second down.
So second and 10 after the previous play. To throw, it's Fuller. Receiver makes the catch. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down. Critical third down play for this offense right here. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. That'll pick up a first down out of the 37. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. Looking to throw it again. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, I love to see this quarterback sit in there and take the hit. But, man, he's got to do a better job of recognizing where to go with the ball and just throw it away. You can't throw it into double coverage.
Now it's second down here. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
That ball just seemed to sail on it. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Looking for his back. Another interception. Wow, that's his fourth tonight. Not much on the return there, but the interception gives the football back to the offense at the 47. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
So they'll start this drive with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
Chris, that's on the offensive line right there. They definitely have to be feeling responsible because it's almost like you didn't protect your little brother back there.
The offensive line will have to regroup after the sack. It's 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. It's Fuller. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short of that first down marker. And now we've got a decision here on 4th down.
He's got some daylight turning on the speed. You can see he's a dangerous return man. They finally grab him, but he sets the offense up in pretty good field position. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. He was on the mark with his last kick, but this one is from 50 yards away. So with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. He was on the mark with his last kick, but this one is from 50 yards away. The attempt is no good. He missed it. And the margin remains 24, still a 3-score game. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The kickoff team out there now to get the second half underway. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground.
Running back to the ball carrier. Picks up 3. Second down coming up.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Ball handed off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. It is complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
He's running out of time here. And the pressure gets home. It's a sack.
And that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
First down sack pushes the ball back. Second down coming up. Back to throw. It's Fuller. And he lofts it deep over the middle. And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? And that's a solid return after the interception.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the offense trots back onto the field here. It's a shotgun run call. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Scrambling around now, looking downfield. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Even though that was incomplete, that was a savvy play by the quarterback to escape the pocket and the pressure to avoid taking the sack there.
After the incompletion, they'll come to the line for a 3rd and 4. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on 3rd down.
And I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. Quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right, but that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return.
1st and 10.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Dropping back. It's Fuller. It's the running back in the flat. It's a fumble. The ball bounces out of bounds, so the offense will hold on to possession.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. You can almost feel a collective...
Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now 3rd down coming up.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing a screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
And he picks up the 1st down before they get him to the ground.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
2nd down after that previous play. And the quarterback dropping back. Just gets it away. It's a deep ball. Oh, almost another interception. Can you believe it? It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, the defense does a really nice job here of not only pressuring the quarterback, but not tipping their hand with coverage. They went to double coverage, but didn't show it till late. They confused the quarterback, and they almost came up with an interception.
Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. Pass is caught. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. Offense operating at high tempo now. No huddle.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
2nd down.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Scanning the field. It's Fuller. There's another interception. We're losing track. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. See if they can convert the point after. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. First down here for this offense. Takes the handoff, heads to the right.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And it's good for a first down to the 36. No huddle here for the offense. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. And looking to throw now on first down. Missed his receiver. It's incomplete.
It's now second down.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Dropping back. It's Fuller. And they heave it deep downfield. It's a huge gain. He's got it inside the 30. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a first and goal.
That's one way to be able to move the football up the field in a hurry. These are the types of plays that can really galvanize an offense.
The defense backed up against their own end zone. Pass caught. Can he get in?
And this running back's going to show you he can be a receiver as well. He's just not back there running the football. Nice job of showing that versatility. Pulls it in and gets 6.
Extra point try coming now. And it's up and good. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And this won't be returnable out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A short completion of the tight end. But a huge collision. Blow delivered there by the linebacker.
That's a good job here staying ahead of the chains. Good pickup here on first down. The quarterback hits the safety valve that time. The big tight end. That'll bring up a second and manageable here for this offense.
Second down, we're going to throw it. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here.
That's an athletic play by the defensive back. Playing tight coverage, seeing the ball, and not giving the receiver a chance to get their hands on it.
After the incompletion, they'll come to the line with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first down. Tackle at the 40. That'll earn a fresh set of downs.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big 3rd down, know what you need to do, get the first down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
On first down, why not keep it on the ground? The defense gets him behind the line as time expires in the 3rd period. Here we go, first play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. And they'll use the ground game here. Football comes out.
This offense just blew an opportunity. Have a nice lead here in the second half with the football. The last thing you want to do is turn it over put the ball on the ground and now give your opponent a chance to get right back in this game.
The offense gifted with great starting field position for this drive. They'll test the right side here. The gain is 3 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 7. The offense going with the hurry up. Looking to pass. It's Fuller. The pass rush closing in. Oh, and he doesn't hang on off the deflection there. He's going to bring up a 3rd down play.
Man, I love the pressure by this pass rush. I know they didn't get to the quarterback, but they definitely affected the throw.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. Handoff heading left. Powers through. He's not going to get the 1st down. It's 4th down now.
At the 30-yard line. Now, 4th down.
Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. They're moving the receiver now before the snap. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Tackled at the 28. This offense threatening now. Another 1st down. Offense in hurry-up mode.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. Finally get him way down at the 2. Nice pitch and catch.
Yeah, this offense isn't giving up. Yeah, we're in the 4th quarter. You're down big. But who knows? Make a big play. Try to get in the end zone. Maybe get an onside kick.
It's a new set of downs, and it's 1st and goal for the offense. And they're trying to punch it in here. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Picks up 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Second and goal for the offense. They'll try to run this one in. Empty backfield now, and they go for 2. To the air, it's Fuller. The pass is intercepted. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Fielded near the end line. He's going to come out with it. Tackled at the 23. Brought it out and tried to make a play, but good coverage that time.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
And they'll start the drive here from the 23-yard line. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Looking for a deep completion. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on 1st down, but missed it.
Most offensive coaches, they're going to be happy taking those 50-50 shots against man. But I'm curious to see if they're going to test this defensive back again because of the excellent coverage he's having out there.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. They try to run it with the option. The back's got it on the pitch. He's found some room at the 45. Creative running there. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race.
Oh, my. What a great play call here by the offensive coordinator. The running back received some great blocking up front and just took off with it, carving up this defense all the way to the end zone.
And he knocks through the PAT. Here's Here's the kickoff team now, set to root this one away. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here's the first play of the drive now from that 20-yard line. Dropping back. It's Fuller. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Good job of the defense to fight through the blocks on that screen. He's short of the first down marker. Second down after that completion.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
It's caught. Did he get a foot in? Yes, they say it's a catch, a big gain. The offense really clicking here.
Hey, listen, this game isn't over yet. The defense can't get too comfortable with this lead. And I know the coach isn't content with giving.
It's a deep throw down the right sideline. Oh, that one's picked off. It's a short return, but a takeaway for this defense.
And they'll take over. First and 10.
And out comes the offense, set to take over here. Handoff to the right side. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
And the quarterback keeps it here. Spinning out of the tackle. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that first down marker.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
And the offense will take over. First and 10.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. To throw, it's Fuller. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. Deep shot caught inside the 15. He moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a first and goal now. That huge play sets up a great opportunity. First and goal just outside the 5. They're going to run it. Well, the back has been busy, but very little to show for it tonight. That defense has been all over the running game.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure a defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
And he never had a chance tackled in the backfield. We've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back. And the offense facing a 3rd and goal from a long way away. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
Looking to the end zone. The pass is incomplete. The defense holds on 4th down, and they'll take over.
Chris, they had it. They had exactly what they wanted. I can't believe this would have been a touchdown, but he drops the ball on 4th down.
The pocket breaking down. He'll be sacked back at the 2-yard line.
Well, the quarterback makes a mistake here. That's football 101. Once you get outside of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation and not take the sack, especially in the 4th quarter.
After the sack on 1st down, it's 2nd down. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. back to the two, but nothing more. The defense was ready and stuffed it.
On the play. Third down.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Past the 50. Steps out of bounds, but not before a huge gain on the ground.
Man, I love how they're using the receiver here in motion. With a weapon like this, you just get him the football. Simple throw for the quarterback. He's got all that speed built up. You get him the ball out there in space with a couple blockers, and you get big plays like this right here.
Misses the receiver, incomplete.
This is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. Keeping it on the ground here. Finding some room at the 25.
You know, coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
Automatic on the PAT. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
And the offense will take over. First and 10.
Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. Linebackers maybe trying to confuse the line with some movement. And the clock winding down. They'll take a deep shot. And it's intercepted.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield. You just got to hope that your quarterback and receivers can execute when the defense knows it's coming. Here, the interception cost them.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback drops back. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play called, and continuing to put points on the board.
So the win streak continues. Kirk, this team could have gone either way.